Hi everybody, it's Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 140. And today I'm going to share with you uh, some no-line watercoloring using the Stampin Blends. So yesterday I was honored to be asked to do a Zoom, a live in our Facebook group. I'm a member of the Demonstrator Council. We have several council. I talked about this yesterday. And so we're doing some fun crafting chats every 2 weeks on Facebook. And so I wanted to come on here and share the cards that I showed, some of them, and also the technique because it's super fun. It might be something that you haven't done. I have shared no line watercoloring before on my channel where I used the water painters and the ink refills, and then I also did like a reverse one with the blends, but this is totally different. So I always try to bring something to the channel. So let's see who's here. So we have Gloria and Lanza. Oh, now the stamps that I'm going to show you, I'm going to use today is the Caroling Mice. Now this is a host set. So if you place an order, if you have an order of 150 before tax and shipping, you can grab these cute little mice for free as a host. And so I'm going to use that because that's what I used for my demonstration. So maybe that's why you didn't get it. So anyway, and Barb's here and Lori and coffee time. And speaking of coffee, I don't drink coffee, but sometimes I drink pop, but I'm trying to not. So I've been getting headaches, and I think it's because of missing the sugar. I'm trying to be better. All right, Mary, Nancy, Sherry, and Susie Q is here, and Linda. Yay, yay, yay. So we have a few here. If you have not been here before, always make sure you say hi and welcome. If you've been here, if this is the first time you've been here, I'm so glad that you joined. I would love if you shared or liked and subscribed to the channel because that also makes YouTube share me more and so I could reach more people. All right, so I'm going to turn the phone. Let me put this in front of this as I spin the camera. I was holding my hand there, but it just seemed like that little snippet of the video that YouTube shows as a little sneak was always my hand. I'm like, well, that's not very attractive. Okay, so again, I'm going to be, hi, April. All right, so I'm going to use the Caroling Mice. I'm also using this Christmas Scotty for the greeting because you'll see that there's no greetings with this stamp set. So I had to grab a Christmas one from somewhere, and I liked the size of that one. So I'm going to use that. I'm also using real red cardstock. And this is going to be a Z fold. So we're using real red cardstock. And then this folds back like that. All right. So let me get my little mouse stamped. That way it can dry. And then I'll finish with the card itself. All right. I also used the scallop. That's not scallop. Yes, it is too. The scalloped contour dies is where I got this shape from. And thanks, Susie Q. And stitched rectangle is where I got this. In stylish shapes is where I got this. And I forgot to grab that package off my cutting station. All right. So what we're going to do, let me get these little things stamped. I'm going to use the Sarah Sand ink pad. And this one's going to be a little bit different than the one I showed yesterday because I am going to omit the ribbon. I don't want to do the ribbon. So I need some scrap. My scrap paper over here. So I'm just going to use Sahara sand. And I have a frog in my throat as usual. So I'm going to stamp this once, and that's just going to take some of the ink off of it. And then I'm just going to use my finger. You can use a baby wipe. I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to take that ink off of there. Because I don't want a ribbon on my lamppost. All right, so that should be good. So then we're going to stamp our lamp onto our rectangle. So see? Ta-da! All right, now, but when I want to do the mouse, I am going to actually have the mouse be basic gray. So you are going to see the lines in the mouse. But you know what? Personally, I don't think every stamp set may be good for the no line. And I played around with the mouse with the no line. And you really need to see those lines. All right, so we have that, and that. We also want some real red. So I want to just get all my stamping done so that I can close my ink pad. So I'm going to use my Merry Christmas. So if you are a demonstrator, I know I have a lot of demonstrators that watch my YouTube channel. Make sure that you are a member of the private. It's a private just for demonstrators only. Demonstrator Planning Place on Facebook, because that's where you can watch the video from yesterday. So if you are thinking about being a demonstrator, Facebook or Stampin' Up is awesome about offering like so many different places to help us, you know, be successful. So so if you want to talk about that, let me know. I would love to chat about that. All right, so let's see here. I'm also using my cardstock so this is going to be on the inside of the card. So let's stick that on there while I have it. But I also used the Christmas paper that came back from last year, and now that name went right out of my head. Sometimes I forget my own name, I swear. All right, so it's this paper. Oh my gosh. Let me look. Okay, it's in the mini catalog because it was a returning fave. I love when Stampin' Up does that. It is called Painted Christmas. And this was, and it's on page 29. This was available last year, and they brought it back as well as a stamp set that coordinates with it. And here it is here. It is so beautiful. The colors, oh, I love it so much. So I thought I would use that. So that's going to go on these little panels here. Hi, Joanne. Okay, so this is going to go in here. Now these have a tiny little border. It's a smaller border than I usually do. And I will give you the measurements of this fold in a second, because I know I sometimes forget to give you the measurements. And if I do, which is a lot, just ask. I won't be offended. All right, so this card is 8.5 by 5.5. So it's really just a half of a piece of cardstock. And then you're going to score 2 1/8 and then 4 1/4. And what that does is it gives you this Z fold. So you can make a Z fold be so many different shapes, right? Because this could be bigger. I mean, it's just, you just want to basically make it so that it will go into the envelope. So, you know, you just have to fiddle fart around with the shapes if you want it to be different. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's go back to our cute little mouse. All right, so now this is what you came here for, not to hear me blabber. Okay, so now we're going to do some no-line watercoloring with the Stampin Blends. So I'm going to color our light post first. But when I get done with it, it's going to look like I just drew it. You know, it wasn't a stamp. So I'm using the light gray granite. And I'm just coming over and I'm just coloring right inside there with the light gray granite. So I start with the lighter color first. And now what I'll do is I will finish my lamppost. So now it's all the way to the bottom. So again, this is light gray granite. And then I just go darker and darker and darker. Oh, I see. It's a little blurry, not blurry on my my computer, but it is blurry on my TV, and I don't know. Let's see if I lift this up, if that helps. Let me bring it down. Let's see if that does anything. And then sometimes it fixes itself when it sometimes it fixes itself when it processes. So I apologize that it's sound is bad. I don't know. That's not good. We did really a long one yesterday without any issues. So I'm just going to keep going, and I hope it fixes itself. If I find that it does not fix itself, I will maybe retape because I hate to restart it, right? So I'm just going to keep going because I really don't. All right, let me try. All right, so I'm just going to keep going, and because I just don't know what to do, right? Because it looks good. All right, because I'm not tech savvy, I'm just going to keep going, and I hope it will fix itself when it processes, because sometimes it does, right? It fixes itself. If not, I'm just going to have to retape it. All right, so now I'm going to go dark gray granite. So this was light gray granite first, and now I'm going to go dark gray granite. And if I find that we have issues, I might just start pre-taping all of them. I don't think we're having a storm today. All right, so this is dark gray granite. So I'm just finishing. I'm just adding it to the side. Then we're going to go, oh, so it's weird. Like, so some people are good and some people are bad. Like, so I apologize. All right, so this is light smoky slate. So I know my TV is a little blurry when I rewatch, but it looks fine on my YouTube. So I'm just going to hope that it will fix itself. All right, so then this was a light smoky slate. Then we have dark smoky slate. And see how I'm just adding? I'm just going and I'm adding that little bit of dark. And it just sort of starts to build that lantern so that it looks like you have drawn that. So I just add a little bit more, but I don't want to totally color it in. We want to keep some of that, we want to keep some of the gray still there. So I'm just going to put a little bit. All right, then I'm going to take my light basic black. And then I'm just going to add some little bits of the light basic black. And can you see how that light post is just starting to come to life? And it looks like you have actually drawn it. So you can be an artist in a way. All right. So see, now you have this light post. Let me see if that makes clear. Who knows what's going on? All right. So then you can see the light post. So it looks like you drew it. It doesn't even look like a stamp. All right. So then I'm going to take my light Cajun. And we're going to put the gold globe inside. So that was light Cajun. I keep wiggling it, try to see if it will fix itself. And then dark daffodil. I cut an extra card, so maybe that was I kind of knew something was going to happen. And then a light. And now you have this pretty glow on the inside of your lamp. So let's color our cute little mouse. So we're going to give our mouse some flirty flamingo cheeks, a cute little pink nose, a little pink tail, and there's some dark, and we're going to give him a little pink nose because it's cold, right? Let's do our cheeks. So our cheeks are going to be dark. Oh, so is that good? Okay. Oh, I get so frustrated with technology. All right, so we have dark petal pink on his face. And then light petal pink. And I'm going to put a little bit on his ear here as well. All right, let me get some of these blends out of the way. So then we're going to use, which one is this? This is number 700. So I'm glad it's better. I wonder if I'm going to turn my TV off. Okay, so I turned my TV off. So now someone is going to have to tell me. So now I can't see it, but maybe having one less thing using the Wi-Fi will help. Will help. All right, so we have number 700. And I'm just going to add a little bit of darker on the mouse with the number 700. And the higher the number, the darker it is. So I took it off the TV. So maybe I was just having too many things on the Wi-Fi. I mean, I don't know. I wish I was better at understanding it all. All right, now we have number 600. So it's going to be a little bit darker. So we're just giving our mouse a little bit of different colors, and it kind of makes the mouse look a little hairy, right? And then we'll do number 400, which is even darker. And then it just gives that mouse, he just looks so cute. Do his little, oh, I forgot his hands. I could have put gloves on there, right? I'm sure he's cold. All right, so we have our little hands. Oh, good, good. So hopefully you didn't miss too much. All right, so then let's do our little mouse's scarf. Because usually if it looks good on my computer, because that's the actual feed, that's usually what I go with. So this is dark parakeet. So maybe I need to stop turning the TV on to watch, because I'm sure it pulls that Wi-Fi. All right, so there's our cute little scarf. I do want to give the hat, I want to put a little bit of green on his hat so that it matches his scarf. We'll just assume he's a very fashionista mouse and he wants to look all coordinated. All right, so now I want to go Poppy Parade. So we're going to take our dark Poppy Parade and add a little bit there. We're going to go underneath. So I didn't color the mouse yesterday on the live. It was just the lamppost. So you get to see the mouse being colored. So that's a little different if you did see the live. All right, so this is dark Poppy. And then I'll finish it with the light. So finish the coat with the light. So cute. So I'm just blending that around a little bit so I don't see those lines as much. If you want the coat to have even more, like a third red, we can take one of the tones and just take a little bit of the tone and put inside there, and that's going to darken your red up a little bit. It's going to be like a more natural darkness of the red, and then it gives you almost like 3 colors of the Poppy Parade. So there's our cute little mouse. So isn't he adorable? All right. So now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of snow. So we have, this is, as I shake it up, this is the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. So I'm going to add that to my card. So I need to plug my heat tool in. So let me find my plug. I always keep it unplugged. When you're not using your heat gun, unplug it. That goes for your glue gun, all that good stuff. I wouldn't even trust it to be in one of those plugs that you just turn the plug off. It stays plugged in, but you just deactivate the extension. You know what I'm talking about, right? It holds a lot. I wouldn't even trust that. In case you have a critter in your house that they step on that and turn it on, I would just unplug it all the way. All right. You may call me a worrywart, but that's just me. Okay, so here it is. Let me hold it up. So hopefully you can see that. So isn't he cute? And I'm also going to add a little bit of white to this, but I want to do this first because I got it out. All right, so you want to squish it out. Now it's kind of liquidy when it first comes out. So I'm just putting a little bit of snow on the hat of the mouse, his little ear, and also around here. So he's standing in the snow. Right. So there's our snow. Oh, you keep turning it a light brown. You don't want to overcook it. All right. So here's that. Now I'm gonna get my heat gun. Now this is gonna be noisy, but I want to let it get hot before I start putting it on there. So let's just listen to this. Sorry. I want it to get warm. So you can hear I'm letting it get warm before I bring it to the mouse. So that should be good. So then I'm going to bring it over. And what that does is it starts to puff up that snow. So see how the snow is puffing up? Let me hold it over here, see if I don't burn myself. So see how it's puffing up? So don't hold it too close. You just want it to puff and then move it along. So it kind of bubbles up and then flattens out. So see, now he's got some snow. We'll put some snow on here. I have to let it go and hold it in a different place again. I should be using my tweezers. All right, because remember we got these tweezers. What did I put the tweezers? Heavens to Betsy. I don't know what I did with my tweezers. All right, but anyways, now you can also heat it from underneath. So you can also go like underneath as well. Just give it a little underneath shot, just in case any of it's still a little wet underneath, because I can see it's a little still wet there, but I don't want to mess with it. All right, so I'm going to unplug. Hold on a minute. All right, I'm going to unplug that because I am very easily distracted and I will forget. All right, so we're going to put our little mouse on here. Now he's kind of bendy. So I want to put my glue on here, like all the corners, because he's a little bendy from being heated up. Did I use high? Oh, you know what? I'm using our old one, the old black one, and it didn't have a high and a low. So if yours is burning on the high, then maybe you want to try the low. But definitely let it heat up first and don't have it super close. All right, so now we got our mouse glued on there. All right, so then I also said I wanted to put a little white. Now I usually always grab the gel pen, but yesterday, you know, I was doing for Stampin' Up and I didn't want to be using something that we didn't have. So I'm going to use, instead of the gel pen, I'm just going to use the white craft. Now somebody said, why don't you just use the color lifter, you know, to make things whiter? And I still want that color underneath there. So I only use a color lifter if I make a boo-boo, or I use it if I want to make, like I have, and I've showed this before. So I use this. So I'll use my color lifter with this, and then I'll just pick up color. If I want a really, really soft red, I'll just use my color lifter, and then I'll color by pulling it off of my block, or I use it as a boo-boo fixer. So I don't necessarily use it tons to lighten something up on the actual coloring. All right. So let's see. So I'm just using a blender pen. Blender pens are different than a Stampin' Blend. Because these are just to move color around basically, and they come 3 to a pack, and it's got the same tip on each side, and they're filled with a liquid. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just using it in the refill. I squirted a little bit of the craft white refill in the lid, and I'm just picking that up, and then I'm going to put a little bit inside the globe, and I'm just going to brush it with my finger, and that's just going to soften that and spread that light a little bit in there. So see, there's a little bit of white light in there. I also want a little bit of something going on the jacket. So I'm going to just put a couple little lines on the coat, back and forth. And then that's going to kind of give you the look that the coat is like a plaid coat, or, you know, something like that. And I think that's all. Maybe a couple of freckles. You know me, I always have to put freckles on my critters. All right, so if you don't have a gel pen, I'm sure everybody that has crafted it for any length of time have a blender pen, and it's just the white craft pad with the refill. All right, so there's the cute little mouse. So you can see right here, I need to heat that up a little bit more. So let me just go to plug my gun in. Heavens to Betsy. So I was so excited to be doing this card. All right, let's heat that up again. But yeah, hold it far away. Don't be too close. Like I'd rather it take longer to heat up and not burn it than heat it up too quickly and burn it. So anyways, but yeah, I'm just holding it back. There you go. All right. Unplug, unplug, unplug. So there's the cute little mouse. I love you. Okay, so now we're going to put this over here. Now, I haven't put anything on the inside. Christmas cards, I usually like to keep them plain till I need them because I might have to end up using this Christmas card for myself if I don't get my cards done. So I might want to put something personal in here, or if I'm sending it to like a family member, you know, I might have more of a personal greeting. If Jeff needs some from work, then he can write in them. So if I'm making Christmas cards ahead of time like this, I usually don't put anything on the inside. All right, so we're going to put this over here. So I need some dimensionals. So you want to make sure that you only put the dimensionals where this is going to be so that you can open your card up. So what I like to do is I like to put them on this side on the card. And then we know he's going to go here. So then I like to put them on this side on this card. Then we are guaranteed that none of these are going to flow over onto this part and close your card totally, because you don't want it to be closed totally. You want to be able to open it. All right, so let me peel these off. Well, thanks, Joanne. So I think everybody liked that technique. But like I said, you know, certain things, certain stamps look better with the no line than others. And I just loved the look of that lantern because it does just look like I hand drew it. All right, so then this is going to go on here. So again, I just want to make sure the dimensionals are not going to close the card. So I'm going to put my dimensionals on here. Oh, that headache is not good. All right. I mean, I woke up with it, but I'm not going to have any sugar. Okay, so this needs to go here because you do want to make sure the card will close. So it needs to stay within the boundaries of the card. Even though when you open it, it can go like this, but still you want it to fit in the envelope. So you got to make sure it stays here. I love this die with this because it kind of mimics the shape of that lamppost, don't you think? So there is that. All right, so let me show you. So here's the one that I showed yesterday on the live. So see, here's one with the so you can see the difference. So this one has the ribbon, and this one has the ribbon omitted. So if you do the no line, it's easy to omit things, right? So there's that. I colored the mouse a little bit differently. He's a little bit lighter. And then these are some of the other cards that I shared. All right, so then I did the Apple Harvest set. And starting in September, there's a few stamp sets that are going to get a die. And this is one of them. So Apple Blossoms. So if you already have the Apple Harvest stamp set, you can order the die by itself. If you don't, they also have it bundled together as a bundle where you save. So just keep that in mind. So that's how I did this one. So this also is a no line. This one is Mistletoe Magic, also with the no line. And now you can kind of see lines every once in a while, but I don't mind so much. And then this actually uses the Tea Boutique cards. So isn't that cool? So it's like a Christmas card, but it's using the Tea Boutique cards. And then this one is the Eclectic Garden. So I love this one with the radishes. Have you ever had a sandwich with the radish? Oh, so good, so good. All right, so anyway, not a radish sandwich, but I mean a sandwich with some radishes, like thinly sliced on it. So anyway, so here's this one. Now this one I did stamp with the basic gray, and I did play with it without, and I just liked it with the basic gray better, but it is softer. Yes, the pigs are going to get a die too. So like I showed you know, this card, this is one of the one that you can get the guts for this month. So here's the little piggy, and this is a die as well. All right, then we have, now this one, this is the same card here pretty much, but you can see the difference. So this is no line watercoloring with the blends. This is no line watercoloring with the ink refills and a water blah, blah, blah. It's not a water painter. And then this is shimmery paper. So today I stamped on the basic white. Whenever I use the blends, I always use the basic white regular. But when I watercolor with like water, because this is the water, I always use the shimmery or watercolor paper. Because the basic white paper is not meant to hold a lot of water, and you'll find that it will pill or it will break down, and you don't want that. So, oh, Joanne says her dad used to eat peanut butter and radish sandwiches. Oh my gosh. That's a new one. That is a new one. All right, so that's just, you know, to show you the difference. Same set, you know, the cards are almost identical, but just, you know, a different look that it gives. So anyways, so here's the cards I shared. There's the cute little mouse. All right. So I am going to flip and say bye. See you later, alligator. So I will rewatch. And thanks, Joanne. So I will rewatch, and I hope that when it processes, it takes a little while to process. It usually takes 24 hours for the video to process and add the closed captioning and all that kind of stuff. So if I see that if it was a little blurry and it didn't miss anything like major, I won't redo it. But if it missed major stuff, I will. But hopefully you caught most of the gist that I was trying to demonstrate today. Oh, thanks, Susie Q. The mouse is cute. So you definitely want, because the mouse set is in the mini catalog. And that goes till the end of December. So if you want the mouse, and they're in the back. So see, here's the cute little mouse. So if you are interested in the mouse, it's a whole set. And if you also are interested in that Celebrate Everything paper that I have used over and over and over and then over again, that's also in the July to December. So you don't want to miss out on that because the main catalog goes till the end of April, isn't it? I have all my catalogs. Isn't it bad I turned my back? Yeah, to the end of April. But the mouse is in the mini. Okay. Thanks so much, Lanza. Hi, Barbara. Thank you. All right. So, thanks, Gloria. Okay. So I'm also going to go just a little bit of notice if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, because I did all that Paper Pumpkin stuff yesterday, or if you're thinking about it. And I talked about you can always pause your Paper Pumpkin. Like right now, that beautiful sunflower one, that was August, that is past. You needed to subscribe to that by the 10th. But Stampin' Up! Doesn't always run your card. Sometimes we'll run the card like the 11th or the 12th. So if you are going to pause, like if you don't want the September one, which is a Halloween inspired one, if you're not into Halloween and you want to pause that one, wait. You don't want to pause the next month until you know for sure that Stampin' Up! Has run your card for the current month. Because we have learned, Gloria and I, that if you pause it on the 11th, they may not have run your card. You know, they might, because they don't run them all the same time, because who knows how many cards they're running. So my suggestion is, if you're going to pause, do it later in the month or the month. So if you don't want September, pause that one September the 1st, because then you know August has totally been cleared, you know, and then, you know, you can reactivate it or whatever. So anyway, but if you have any questions at all, so just be careful when you are pausing your subscription. Okay. So I think that's all. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And I will see you again Friday for my dies shorts. And I have a fun thing I want to share with you. So hopefully you'll come back. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, even if there was a little bit of glitch stuff at the beginning. And so anyways, I will see you Friday at 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel for my dies shorts. All right. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Bye for now.